Hello everyone, welcome to softwaretestinghelp.com. This is Gayatri Subramaniam again on Demystifying DevOps Part 2, Block 3. In the previous video, we listed the key elements of DevOps practice, which are 7 in number, and started studying them in detail one by one. So we started studying about the very first key element of DevOps, that is source control or version control. What is version control, how to version control, and its benefits. In addition to this, we also studied how the version control has extended its scope to operations in DevOps with respect to earlier practices. So let's understand the significance of automation in DevOps practice. Let's discuss the following things as part of automation in DevOps. One is how automation is applied to DevOps practice. And what is the need of automation, need and role of automation in DevOps as compared to earlier practices. What to automate? What are the tools and framework utilized for automation in DevOps? I'm a bit afraid to talk about automation because however much I talk about automation, I feel it is never complete. Needless to say, automation is simply getting away from the manual tasks. People want to reduce their involvement in the mundane routine tasks and utilize their time and intelligence in doing something new or innovative. It is the automation which has enabled the DevOps team to deliver faster with less or no failures. Having said that, the role of automation in DevOps is very important and very crucial in delivering value to customer continuously. Let's answer together how automation is applied in DevOps practice along with what to automate, because both of these questions gets answered together. What to automate? I don't think much explanation is required for the answer to this question in this automation era. Anywhere you go, we see things that are being automated either with minimal or no human intervention at all. So DevOps is not an exception to this. In a traditional software development method, it was just the development team and their activities that used to get automated. You know, it was just the development team and their activities which were getting automated in the earlier practices. Specifically, testing. It used to be so that automation means testing and automating test cases. That too only functional testing, not even non-functional testing like performance and security. And none of the other activities, especially operations activities, used to get automated. No operations activities. Failure of manual deployment by Night Capital on a huge cluster which involved 8 servers, where the last server did not get updated and was running on the old application, is a classic example for the requirement of automating the deployment, and the loss that it caused is a very good example of complexity involved in deployments and clearly explains the need of automation for DevOps practices. I've seen myself organizations hiring highly skilled and intelligent people by paying a huge salary package for configuring the networks and environments, which used to be carried out based on their intelligence and knowledge in the respective area, their experience and expertise, which was a complete manual work. Manual configuration is always error prone, as everyone knows. What generally used to happen in case of manual setup is that over a period of time, after repeatedly doing the same work again and again, these smart people, so-called network configurators, used to get bored of these activities and end up in committing mistakes due to negligence. They're very brilliant, and these activities will be very simple and uninteresting to them once it becomes routine. And they need new challenges every day and not this boring task again and again. So, introduction of automation for software installation and version controlling the infrastructure part became a huge gain and reduced a lot of human errors. In addition to saving time and allowed any common man to do this, thereby removing the dependency on the skilled workers. This is the main advantage of automation in DevOps practice. Also, running around processes, like I mentioned earlier, for a new environment to be set up, raising the IT ticket with the team and IT team working from behind in setting it up, all these hassles got removed. So individual team members were empowered to carry out the tasks by themselves. Imagine the speed, reliability, and the consistency being achieved by the automation. So automation has increased terribly the number of deliveries to the production. So now in DevOps practice, operations team too has started automation in all their works, which has become the key differentiator of DevOps with respect to old practices and also the key for the success of the DevOps. Actually, in DevOps practice, automation kickstarts from the code generation on developers' machine till the code is out to the production, and even after that in monitoring the application in the live. Let's see this slide. DevOps cycle and the automation phases. This is a typical DevOps cycle. Here, development and operations team checks in code and the environment configurations to the source control, from where the automation kicks in for triggering the build, running the unit test cases, and other basic code quality, coverage test cases, security related test cases, etc. Once the code is through with this, code gets automatically compiled and gets automatically deployed onto the further environments for further testing and ultimately to the production release. We can see the automation being carried out at every phase of the development, starting from triggering of the build, carrying out unit testing, packaging, deploying onto the specified environment, carrying out build verification tests, smoke tests, acceptance test cases, and finally deploying onto the final production environment. Even when we say automating test cases, it is not just the unit tests, but installation tests, integration tests, user experience tests, UI tests, etc. So DevOps forces the operations team, in addition to development activities, to automate all their activities like provisioning the servers, configuring the networks, configuring the firewalls, monitoring the application in the production system. Hence, to answer what to automate, it is build trigger, compiling and building, deploying or installing, automating infrastructure set up as a coded script, environment configurations as a coded script, needless to mention, testing, post deployment, live performance monitoring in the production, logs monitoring, monitoring alerts, pushing notifications to live, and getting alerts from live in case of any errors and warnings, etc. Ultimately, automating all the project related documents. So I can say automation in DevOps language means continuous integration, continuous testing, continuous deployment, continuous delivery. We will study each of these in detail in the coming parts. Overall, DevOps enables every activity of development and operations wherever possible, whichever is automatable, whichever is repeatable, wherever accuracy is demanded, and taking long time is required to be automated. Nevertheless, if we don't mention about the tools to be used for automation, the discussion on automation is incomplete. So selection of right framework, right framework and automation tool is very, very important for automation to be successful in DevOps. That's the key requirement for automation. There are a lot of tools available in the market, both open source and licensed tools, which supports end-to-end automation of the entire delivery pipeline, including activities performed by operations team as well. That is provisioning the machines, spinning automated servers, configuring networks, firewalls, and even monitoring the performance of the software. We have got a tool to carry out those tasks. Also, certain organizations have developed their own framework, what we call it as homegrown framework, so as to integrate the end-to-end process of DevOps, which starts from code commit to code deployment, including documentation, which is a single integrated tool, and team don't have to go outside the framework for anything related to the program, be it version control, test case writing, review, test case results dumping, analysis, etc. And few of the tools, which are available in the market to carry out the DevOps automation activities are like Puppet, Azure, Resource Manager, Chef, etc. Let's briefly talk about benefits of automation in DevOps. We have seen earlier releases, uh, in the absence of automation, taking years to get into the production, and also recently with Agile, it's be it lean or Scrum or Safe, and with the percentage of automation being improved, release timelines are brought down to few months or few weeks. That is the greatest advantage. These days, organizations are able to make the releases in a few hours. But automation is absolutely a must in order to make the releases as fast as in few hours. So automation has enabled the DevOps team to achieve its goal of releasing continuously and then fast in terms of delivery in few hours through its automation. So I think it's impossible to make such quicker and frequent releases unless we put in automation in place throughout the pipeline, starting from code commit to the code and the production. So quite obviously then, if we want to achieve the objectives of DevOps, high quality and value delivered to customers via frequent and fast deliveries, automate everything is a must. So high quality, wherein errors are minimized through the automation, and frequent and fast deliveries are achieved through the automation. Clearly, we know by now that automation removes manual errors, dependency on an individual, wherein the infrastructure setup and then configuration, environment configuration are carried out via automation. So it depends the dependency. It removes the dependency on the individual and empowers the team members, performs faster and achieves. Performs faster, that is thereby increases the number of deliveries, achieves accuracy, thereby achieving consistency and reliability. So if we have to list the benefits of automation, it is lot more. Hence, overall, automate everything enables the DevOps objective of high quality delivery, enables frequent releases and faster releases. So to summarize the benefits of automation, maybe I can jot down a couple of points again. In addition to what I covered already, removes the manual error, team members are empowered, and dependency removed, latency removed, increases the number of deliveries, reduces the lead time, increases the frequency of releases, provides faster feedback, enables speed, reliability, and consistency. So, to summarize, automation in DevOps, ultimately, I can say automation in DevOps encapsulates everything right from building, deploying, and monitoring. So this is the benefit of automation and the role of automation in DevOps. In the coming video, let us learn about delivering smaller increments of value to customer. Thanks for listening to me.